Hey y'all, I got another guest for y'all. You feel me? And my bro, you know what I mean? He been in the construction industry, own his own construction company. You know what I mean? He do STEM work for the kids. You feel me? I've been knowing bruh since I want to say '06. You know, we went to SDSU together. You feel me? For some of y'all that's slow out there, y'all like SDSU, what that mean? It's San Diego State University. You feel me? We out here, we
Brothers
smart
is
as hell out
educated.
here. You feel me? You
Brothers
feel me? We black
got some
men that's
degrees.
educated. All right? Yeah.
Yeah,
You feel me?
exactly.
Y'all hear him. You feel me? I got my guest. I got my brother B Ware, Brian Ware, the proper term. You feel me? I got
Yeah.
remember Brian Ware. You know I call my brother B Ware. You feel me? But before he introduced himself, you already know, bro. We gotta give hand claps for not only my guest, but for y'all too, from our audience. So y'all better be out there clapping for Brian Ware. God damn it. Give him some air horns too.
Hey,
You know
hey,
what I
hey,
mean?
hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
bruh.
Bum.
All right,
What up?
man.
What up?
I appreciate you for coming on to the news segment. You feel me? And now I'm gonna leave the floor to you to tell the people what you got going on, who you are, and other like endeavors that you want the people to know and be a part of. You feel me?
Man, I appreciate you having me on the show. I love the background music. I'm hearing that Slurricane, that old 41,
Yeah.
that NorCal. You know what I mean? So I'll start there. I'm Brian Ware. I'm from Sacramento, Northern California. You
Yeah.
know, a proud Aztec, like my brother Kamal said.
Mm-hmm.
Proud Sacramentian. Um, came down to San Diego State back in, yeah, you're right, about 2006, to pursue a degree in engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I ended up getting my degree in construction engineering. Back in 2009, I was a transfer student. Played a little ball. For those that may not know, it was a little secret fact. I was a little student athlete, a walk on there at San Diego State. Um, and stayed and got my degree in construction engineering. During that time when I was at San Diego State, I got involved a lot into giving back in the community,
Mm-hmm.
with an organization called NSB, National Society of Black Engineers. I was doing a lot of outreach and things like that for NSB, leadership and things like that. That kind of got into the second half of what I do now. But
Mm-hmm.
finished my degree in engineering, worked in the industry for, some time, just basically learned the ropes. And eventually, like you mentioned earlier, I branched off and got my license. So I own my own construction company now. I'm a general contractor. Um, Along the way, I've grown this business and this network around, providing STEM education, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math, to the youth in our community all throughout California. We have programs that I run in San Diego, Sacramento, and the Bay Area, Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Back in the town, we in the town with it. So we're doing programs for elementary to middle school students, and on top of that, I'm also one of the co-founders and co-directors of a nonprofit organization called Bell, which stands for Black Entrepreneurs, Leaders, and Learners.
Mm.
I have a daughter, going 7, going on 8, proud papa, engaged. Just stepping into the family man life, and just taking care of business, trying to grow these companies.
God damn. You know what? Hey, some of the things you mentioned, I didn't even know, bro. I gotta give you some air horns, bro. More hand claps,
Hey,
bro. You feel me? Hell
hey,
yeah.
yeah, man.
But before we get into the construction side of things, let's talk about the engineering side of things, which is your earlier career, and like how'd you get into engineering? And also, I do want to pull up a stat as us black people and how many of us is in engineering. You feel me?
Okay, okay. So it's actually kind of ironic that I'm talking to you about this, because you would understand or probably know more than anybody what really got me into engineering. Like, one of the things, like, I really remember growing up as a kid. like going to the Bay Area, like right,
Mm-hmm.
coming from Sacramento. Sacramento's the valley; it's very flat, right? You know, farmlands and different things like that. And
Yeah.
then going out to the Bay Area and seeing the Golden Gate Bridge, seeing the Bay Bridge, really the Bay Bridge, and seeing all those big cranes and seeing
Yeah.
Alcatraz and all that as a kid, you know, really just sparked my mind. You know, coming from my neighborhood and you know, my city was very flat. You didn't really see all these big like architectural engineering marvels that the Bay Area has. There's so much, if you really pay attention, that's designed and built into nature and all that. So really
Mm-hmm.
that kind of really sparked my mind. Like, how did that get there? How did they make that? How come the bridge don't collapse into the ocean?
Yeah.
You know, all those different things really kind of sparked my mind and my interest into like engineering. Like, so I like to just credit the, you know, the Bay Area, right? Just you know, taking trips out there and just seeing that, and you know, out there.
Hell yeah. And it's like real talk, like in the Bay Area, they do have like beautiful like architecture out there and stuff like that, from the bridges to the buildings and kind of like skyscrapers in Frisco and stuff in that nature. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what's up, bro. I didn't even know that, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. Going to Giants games, going to A's games as a kid, you know, you going out to the ballpark and then you just see all this stuff along the way. Like, man, this is cool.
Hell yeah. Damn. So I did want to bring some stats because you know I like to bring stats on the show, and you feel me? And like one of the stats that I seen, bro, is like with engineering, bro. Look, bro, 14% are black or
Wow.
Latino between the ages of 25 and 54, bro.
Yeah.
And then hold
Yeah.
on. Despite making almost one third of U.S. adult population and only 3% of engineers in 2019 were black or Latino women. So
Oh yeah.
we most definitely got to get that number up, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that number sounds about right. The 3% sound lot more realistic, than like more like on spot on than the 14%, but the numbers are real low, man. I mean, from just the stats from in college to even just being as a professional, like oftentimes I've been, you know, the only, you know, black engineer or black, you know, employee for these companies, right? So it's
Yo,
very real.
I gotta correct myself. And you are right. It is closer to the 3% because what they did is now that I look deeper into it, they mixed in Latino people with black people. But when I seen it where it's just only black people, as you can see here, it's 4%.
Hmm.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
4% of black people are engineers, bruh.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really a thing, man. It's really a culture or group onto its own. It has its pluses and negatives, but ultimately
Yeah.
it's a negative because it's not more of us. It's not, you know, it's not more of us that are doing these things that can, you know, change our lives and change the world around us, you know, and the way we think and the way we bring, you know, culture and all these things into how we move is severely lacking, you know.
Mm-hmm. And uh the STEM program that you have for the kids, that leads them into like engineering and shit, right?
Correct, yeah. So that's basically what the goal is, right? Is to like expose these kids early on to STEM, right? To
Mm-hmm.
science, technology, engineering, and math. Obviously, you can incorporate the arts, but you know, the main things that kids don't get a lot to experience, and so it's important to expose them early on about the potential industry and like kind of demystify, as they say, like the taboo or the scariness around it. Like, oh, you got to be smart, you got to be good at math, you got to be this in order to be an engineer. Like, nah, you just got to try, you know, and know that you can do it.
Yeah, bruh. Like you are the solution to this problem. You feel me? Like you yeah, for real. Cause you going straight to the root of like, say for instance, like you had your STEM program when I was a little kid. I'm probably a fucking engineer right now. Cause
Yeah,
in high school I went to architecture academy. You feel me?
yeah,
But I didn't really have any direction or nothing like that. I didn't really have a role model to
yeah,
look at and be like, yo, this black man right here is an engineer. Oh shit, I want to do what he do. So you're a solution to a
Yeah,
problem that we have in like the black community. You feel me? And that's just a beautiful
yeah.
thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing, man.
I
And so
I
I
appreciate it,
want
man.
to I want to talk about what led you into going from doing engineering to owning your own construction company. What was that kind of like process?
Uh, I mean, to be honest, it's a long process, right? It's a grind, and I feel like, along the way, like, man, you just time, really, just
Mm-hmm.
going from, a college student, or, coming in, having this idea of like where I wanted to be and what I was gonna do, with myself, or with an engineering degree, to like understanding actually what that degree and what the major I chose meant in the real world, right? Like how
Mm-hmm.
much money I actually would be making, like what's the work life balance on that. All those things kind of went into like me getting to that point, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
just for me, man, I feel like I study, right? I study game, I peep what's going on around me. So for me, I went from, a student to working, and there was good money in engineering and construction, especially out of college. They pay you well, they pay you good as an internship. So I knew the money was going to be there. But
Yeah.
then I quickly learned, what they say, if you anybody play dominoes, or you from around the way, they say all money ain't good money, right?
Yeah, for real.
so so I kind of realized that kind of came back to me in terms of like, you can get paid and good in construction out of college, and you can get paid as a career, but they're gonna work you, they're gonna work the bone out of you, right? Construction
Bruh.
means 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning job starts, right? It's gonna mean long nights, sometimes weekends, sometimes overnight work, and
Mm-hmm.
all those things. So, I had to realize that the type of person I am and the lifestyle I led necessarily didn't align with my end goal in construction, right? I didn't want to
Yeah.
be, in my 40s, 50s, still working dog hard, to get there.
Yeah.
So, I had to realize that. I think sometimes we get out and we got this dream of what we think our career is going to be and what we think an industry is going to be. And then we get out there and we realize it's not all it is. And then, we make pivots, right? We get out of it, we stop doing it, we switch careers. But if you kind of focus, for me, I just said, all right, well, how can I make it to where it works for me, right? And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I just realized that, I had mentors, thankfully, too. That's always important. If you got mentors of people that like are in a place similar to you want to be, so I had mentors who are also contractors who have been in construction. So I spent time with them, right? I worked with them. I learned kind of what what I liked and I didn't like, right? And then
Yeah.
ultimately I was able to make that decision to say, okay, well, look, I need this, for me, right? I need to be able to have control of a business and something where I can make my own hours and I can kind of dictate how things flow. But
Mm-hmm.
I had to put in the work, right? I had to stay. I tell people all the time, I said, how you gonna be a chief if you never been an Indian, right? So
Damn. Hey,
I
hold on. Say that shit again. God damn.
how you gonna be a chief if you never been an Indian? You ain't never been to battle. You ain't never been on the front line, really putting in the work. How you gonna understand what it takes behind the scenes to run a company, to understand about personalities, all these things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sometimes we want to go right to the top and run our own companies and be our own bosses, and that's cool. But you know, you're not they until you really start having employees and having payroll, you just self-employed,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother thing you got to learn too. Are you somebody that needs to be self-employed, or are you somebody that can run and grow a company and have employees and really have something that you don't need to be around for it to operate,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Yeah.
that's another level into that. So I also say, on top of putting in the work and mastering and understanding your industry, is going back and educating yourself on business, right? One of the things that you may
Yeah.
not know, a lot of people don't know about me, I also have my MBA, right?
Damn.
I got my MBA in business and project management, right?
Okay.
Because I realized I had to get there, had to level up, you know what I mean? I had to really understand how business worked in order to be a better employee, for one, initially, and then to be a better business person, right? Like,
Yeah.
so you know, a lot of times people want to start a business and go through it, and they want to bump their heads, right? And they're I don't know what the reasons why, ego, confidence, funds, all these different things. But I always say it's important to understand business. Go back and learn business. That's why there's business school. That's why there's business degrees. Like,
Yeah.
you know, people, you know, and you have to understand that a passion and you know, and a business maybe they may start out the same, but at the end of the day, your idea for a business may just ultimately be a passion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, or a hobby. You know, because it ain't
Mm.
generating no income.
Yeah, that's true, bro. That is
So
hella.
so long story long, right? Like, you know, to summarize it, right? Like, you know, being expert in being an expert in what I wanted to do was important. First off, like getting the actual experience, learning on somebody else's dime, right? Learning how
Mhm.
business worked, how construction worked. I had to go work in construction, and I had to put in the time and be a grunt worker, right? And put in the long hours, and you know, when nobody else was.
Bro,
Um,
I know about them long hours, bro. I don't know if
yeah,
you
you
knew.
do.
I used
I
to work.
remember.
Yeah, you.
I
Yeah,
heard.
bro.
I just when I was saying this, I was like, bro, you know, I know because you was working for a kind of big company too. Who was it
I
again?
worked
It
for
wasn't
TV
Turner.
Clinic
Yeah,
before. I worked for
yeah,
it was another company. The hospital at
yeah,
UCSD. That's UC San Diego, y'all. The school out there. That hospital that they built. I was a part of that project, bro. Man,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I know waking up 4:30 in the morning, gotta see them trucks come in with the concrete. You out there and doing that shit, moving rocks and all that shit, bro. I
yeah,
know, bro. So
yeah. It's dual threat. You gotta be dual threat out there if you really gonna make an impact. And you know, yeah, like you said, some days you're gonna be up late at night, early in the morning. Yeah, directing concrete trucks and making sure the rebar ain't touching and doing all
rebar.
that to you know, taking the certificates and
Oh
scanning it
my
in and
god.
you know, yeah, writing up the report or sending the email, like all that. We're working with your foreman, right? Getting the RFIs
Foreman,
and
bro. Bringing up
submittals.
memories, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But that mattered though for me, like, you know, and I was able to I left the industry for a minute because I realized that wasn't what I wanted, but then I ended up
Mhm.
realizing that, you know, I had, you know, that was kind of my lane, right? That's even what I went to school for, where I spent a lot of years in. So I just had to figure out, okay, that's my lane really. Um, and how do I master it and make it to where it works for me? And then at the same time, that may not be my passion all the way, right? I'm not passionate about getting up at 6 in the morning or, you know, but at the same time, use that to build the business and then I can grow and build my passions as well around it that, you know,
Yeah.
balance me out. You know what I mean?
And you know what else it does? And before I say that, I want to read a comment from our brother Kiwi. He says, facts. People don't like to start from the bottom and work their way up. Learn to be a worker and you'll learn to be a boss. Forget instant gratification. True
Yeah.
bill. You feel me? But what I wanted to say, it also kind of brings in good habits. I think a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna just be a business owner and do nothing." It's like, no, you owning a business, you got to work like you an employee. You got to do
Fact.
the same work ethic. You feel me? As like you would working for, I don't know, you working for Apple or Google or in these construction companies and shit like that. You feel me? So
That's
that's why I like that line you said, bro. You know what I mean? So people want to be cheap, but nobody want to be an Indian. God damn.
Exactly. And that era of instant gratification is on us right now. I mean, I get it. Like we're kind of like a hybrid of the new and the old generation, so I get it. I mean, I enjoy instant gratification time to time, but then also I see the impact of just really taking the time to be down, right, and stay down with it. So, you
Yeah,
know, yeah, that's it.
yeah, bro. I did want to bring some more stats, bro, because I love bringing stats, bro. And I know you said something. You said being a contractor, right? And
Hmm.
bro, once again, we low in fucking numbers, bro. I don't know if you could see this, but it says
Yeah.
that Black or African American contractors, 3.6%, bro. So, like, I'm gonna keep iterating to you, bro. You are a fucking solution to a problem because you doing the STEM program. And some of y'all that don't know what STEM is, y'all like STEM. I know y'all ain't talking about weed, bro. No,
The
science,
stems.
technology, engineering mathematics, okay?
Yeah.
You feel me? But for real, bro, you are a real solution. You're going to the source, our kids, and you're showing them that, yo, I am a black man, and I own my own construction company, and I also was an engineer, and y'all could do the same thing. You feel me? So
Facts. That's
that.
it's as simple as that, bro. That's literally what I'm just trying to push and promote out there. Like you don't gotta be crazy. You don't gotta be some super genius to do it right. Like you can still have a personality. You can still, work hard and play hard. Like,
Mhm.
you can get everything you want as long as you don't mind just putting in the time, and doing those things.
Putting in the time, in the motherfucking
Yeah.
work, bro. You feel me?
And the word. Yeah, and
Yes, sir.
kind of like you said, man, just trying to be the solution, man. I'm always, I feel like, man, I hate complaining about stuff if and I'm not a part of the solution, especially things that I could change, right, or I can impact on my own, right? Showing up, talking to people, right, spending my time to go and talk to kids or put things together that I know are going to help the kids out.
Hmm. Man, I appreciate that, bro. And like, it's not only you're doing this for the kids and that stuff. Regards, you're a black man doing this, bro. And I know the narrative when it comes to us black men. A lot of people try to put that like, well, why ain't y'all coming with solutions? Why y'all ain't coming with answers? And it's like you're showing that you're coming with a solution to
Fact.
this problem. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
bro, in
And
my
what's
eyes, bro, you're one of the most successful people that I know, bro. You know what I mean?
man, I appreciate it. The crazy thing is I feel like I'm just getting started too. That's the crazy thing. Like I feel like the I've been doing this just for free, right? I tell people, man, I just do it because it's right. It's out the passion of my heart, the way my family kind of brought me up. But now it's beautiful because everything is official, right? It's in a
Yeah.
business form now, and like on both sides, on the construction side, not only can I build myself up, right? I'm building up the other young fellas coming up around me, right? Or the people that work with me are African American or minority, right? So now
Mhm.
it's like you don't got to go to school. Not everybody necessarily got to go to school and get the money and be in construction, like
Yeah.
So I'm also like seeing that and trying to make it like a whole ecosystem. I got my young fella. He just graduated. He's my intern, but he graduated from UCSD. I had another young fella that went to San Diego State that
Okay.
I brought up underneath me, and I taught him basically how to work, right, how to get down and how to succeed in the corporate environment, which a lot of us don't get that, right? Like how
Yeah.
many of us can go to our aunts, our uncles, our moms and dad and be like, man, this is how you really get down in this industry on a professional level,
Hmm.
right? Like, so it's the
And I
same
could,
thing with the
I,
STEM camp. Go ahead.
bro, like, uh, I can't even, bro. Nobody, I don't know nobody I know that could tell me how to do like the corporate and how to be professional and stuff. I had to wing it. I had
Yeah,
to literally
right.
wing it, learn on my own. So
For real.
it's like a blessing for you to be in these young adults, because they're young adults. We ain't gonna say kids. These young adults' life to mentor them. You feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Like all the way around. Like I said, same thing with the STEM stuff we doing. Giving these kids opportunities, trying to hire young college students as teachers, right? That may have STEM backgrounds or just an interest in trying to, work. And so, man, it's just a whole ecosystem that I've been really able to bless to build lately, and I'm just trying to just keep the tentacles of reach going out, right? Like it
Yeah.
just and thankfully along the way I've realized it comes back around, so just giving myself paying it forward, it comes back around.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, bro. You spit nothing but facts, bro. Don DeMarco, bro. Bars, bro. You feel me? But this is gonna be my last question before we get out of here. You feel me? I know you're a busy man. You got things to do. Um, could you give some advice to somebody out there that's watching that wants to kind of own their own construction company or become in the construction field? What advice would you give somebody out there?
Man, really the best thing is just to try and get into it, you know, whether you got a degree or not, right? Just try and get into it. If you don't have a degree, you probably got to come up the laborer route, right? And spend some time working your way up the ladder, right? And
Hmm.
there's different ways to get in the game, whether you just a general carpenter, right? There's carpenter unions. The unions are always good because you're getting paid a lot of times to learn and go through school and whatnot. So the unions are good. Electrical unions, plumbing unions. In the hood now, like the babbies over here, the babbies.
I hear it too.
Yeah, you're, no, I'm in
Yeah.
the southeast. So yeah, just in terms of that, like just getting your foot in the door, learning from like that standpoint. Um, if you have a college degree, all right. That's going fast. If you do kind of have a degree, then sometimes kind of like how you did, Kamal, just find an opportunity to get in as a project engineer,
Hmm.
um, or some type of hybrid role like that. But even nowadays too, man, there's so many jobs and people just looking for help. Sometimes you might just gotta volunteer and get your hands dirty. But um, ultimately after you do all that, right, you're going to need, like, I think you need at least 4 years of like leadership or like supervision, like experience in that field that you're going to apply for the license for.
Yeah.
And you have to be signed off by, I think it's at least, well, just however many years of experience it takes you. So you have to have somebody sign off. So if you worked for one company for the whole 4 years where you were like a manager or like a foreman, you're
Hmm.
good. But if you worked for like 2 to 3 companies, then you got to have a sign off from each one of those companies to get you approved. And then you got to take a test. Um, it's like two different portions of the test. There's like a law, like a construction law portion, and then
Okay.
there's like a trade portion. So it could be specific to electrical or general construction or HVAC or heavy equipment. So you have to take a test in that regard. So all
Okay.
in all, it probably cost about, if you want to get like a training class, like where they kind of have like a prep class and the cost for the test and all that, it probably costs you about $1,000 to really, get all your license stuff together. But you need 4 years of like supervisory experience, either as like a foreman or as like a project manager for these companies in order to qualify for your license.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes people got uncles or something that had a company and they'll kind of sign them off, or
Mm.
sometimes people find somebody who's already established and they'll kind of work something out with them. Legally, I mean, I can't tell you to
Yeah.
do that, but the standard ways, you just got to go out there and work it, and then take the practice test course or the prep course, and then go out there and get it. There's a few little more steps to it, but those are like the main gist, though. Those are the main steps.
Okay. Hell yeah, man. You gave them some good game, man. If they need more, man, ask the bro Google at this point. We got Google and
Ask,
YouTube. You feel me?
ask Brody, bro. I mean, y'all could always find me through the network. I would put my contact info or my business info if anybody got questions. I'm expanding the business. I'm mainly in San Diego and Sacramento.
Yeah.
I'm trying to expand out to the Bay. I got a couple of contacts in LA, but I'm always, willing to answer some questions or help somebody, just kind of maneuver through this industry. Um, and the same thing with the STEM space too. I'm here to help, man.
Shit, you ahead of the game right now, bro. I'm about to lead the floor to you and be like, just tell the people where they can find you, any other project, any other things you want to tell them as we close out, bro. You feel me?
Find me at your mama's house shooting dice, baby.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Come on.
Man, you gotta have a little fun out here. But
Yeah.
yeah. So y'all can find me. So my construction website is www.bwcs.info. Like
Mhm.
info. It has a link to all my social media pages, but basically it's Best Way Construction Services on all, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. For my nonprofit is Bell, Black Entrepreneurs, Leaders, and Learners. We're all we're on all the social medias, LinkedIn, Facebook, under Black Entrepreneurs, Leaders, and Learners, aka Bell. And then we also, I have the nonprofit, I mean, the STEM organization is hands-on technology education. But I say the best way to really reach me is just go through my social media for the construction page. Usually Instagram is cool, the messenger is fine. Or through my website, there's like a contact me link, and it'll send an email if you have any information you need, any help with, or construction wise. So um, those are the main ways to get to me. And then I'm on LinkedIn as well as at Brian Ware. So, if y'all trying to get y'all professional network on, man, get your LinkedIn page set up, and let's talk on there too. That's really the best way if you're trying to talk business is jump on LinkedIn and go through there.
Okay. And also, we're going to have all them links in the description. You know how I do the show. I'm going to have it all in the description. And I'm going to have it simple for y'all. So all y'all got to do is go and click on the link, and it's going to take you right there. But, hey, man, Brian Ware, or Beware. It's weird calling you Brian Ware, bro. I ain't going to
Yeah. Oh, this sound weird. This sound weird. Like, who that? Who that dude?
Oh, that's me. Yeah. Nah, but in my eyes, bro, you're mad successful. You're a college graduate of San Diego State University, the school that we went to. Bro, and keep doing the stuff that you doing, bro. The shit is incredible. And I'm so glad that I met you way back in the day. You feel me? In our days of SDSU and party days and hooping days. You feel me? You know what I mean? But I'm glad the path that you took, and like, bro, you are doing incredible things, bro. You feel me?
Man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your support all throughout the years, man. You've been there in a lot of our events, man. We've done in the community and networking. So, man, shout out to you for putting this platform together, and you've been pushing hard. Like I told you the other day, man. I respect what you've been doing, and you've been pushing into a new space, man, where we need to be represented at, man. So I'm behind you as well, bro. And that's how we got to do, man. We got to show love, black man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. You already know, bro. All right, let me hit the people with the outro, though. You feel me, bro? You know what I mean? This is another episode of Seers Glare. You feel me? I'm your lovely or hated host, Kamal, aka the Black Seinfeld, aka Magic X. And since I got the best audience out there and the best guest out there, what should y'all be doing for yourself and for Beware? You goddamn right. Give me yourself a round of applause and some air horns. And if they watching, at least they learning. You feel me? Hey, man, for my tubers out there, though, YouTube been around since 2005. I don't need to tell y'all what to do to get the video or the channel booming. But just like the rest of the tubers say, I'm going to say the same thing. Like a sub a share, comment a like. Y'all know what to do. Some of y'all smart out there, you feel me? Hey, for my Twitch family, though, hit your bro with a follow. Hit your bro with a share. That'd be greatly appreciated. You feel me? I also appreciate my lovely sponsor, First Place Losers. The link to the shop going to be in the description below. Y'all go check out the fire-ass garments made out of 100% Egyptian cotton. I guarantee it boosts your sex appeal about, let's say, 45%. And look here. It look good on me. It's going to look good on your in-between ass, okay? And with that being said, I appreciate everybody from the uglies to the beautiful to the in-betweeners, you feel me? And look, at my final note is this, man. Beware, bruh. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing for the community. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. You'll always have my damn support. And I know with this being a long time coming, we always talked about you coming to the shows and stuff like that. And I just had to get everything right, you feel me? And I'm glad you on here. You're a superstar in my eyes, you feel me? And keep doing your damn thing, bro.
I love you, bro. I appreciate you, man. It's real.
Man. Love you too, bro. And on that note, y'all tap in with Beware, okay? Links gonna be in the description below, y'all. And we about to be out. You feel me?
All right.
Peace out, y'all.